Hello and welcome to Engine Adventures. Today, what you've all been waiting for. I've had a lot of comments on this one. This is the 2021 Kia Sorento X-Line. I'm excited to be putting this through the off-road tests in the next video, but before we get to that, let's talk about the on-road and interior and all that stuff. So I've been pretty impressed with this. It drives really well. It's got a 2.5 liter inline four with a turbo, I believe 270 horsepower and 311 foot-pounds of torque. It's got a little bit of turbo lag down low, but it can really move once you get above 3,000 RPM. This color is, I can't remember now, some sort of green, and I love the color of it. I think it's a really good looking vehicle. So let's take a look under the hood real quick and then jump inside. Under the hood we have the 2.5 liter inline four cylinder, and it seems to be off-centered a little bit. I don't know if that's just me, but it is attached to an 8-speed dual clutch automatic transmission, and it does pretty well. You don't really notice the dual clutch of it too much because it has fast shifts, but they're still pretty smooth. I do notice it when leaving from a stop, but other than that, I really don't notice it. There are a lot of dual clutch transmissions where I can feel every shift pretty firmly, and that's okay, but in this one it's really dialed in and quite smooth. So this does fail the fog light test. See, the fog lights are off when the headlights are off, but if I come over here, headlights are on, fog lights are on. So, fails fog light test. Moving on to the inside, we see it is very nicely appointed. This tan leather, I believe, looks really good against the green paint. Has these on the doors as well. Right here, that's plastic. Looks like wood, but it's not. On the left side, we have the lane departure warning, traction control, and to open and close the rear hatch. And right here is the dimmer for your lights inside the vehicle. These screens change as you change drive modes, but the information remains the same. So you have a tachometer and your coolant temperature over here. You have your speedometer and your fuel gauge over here. And then when you turn on the blinkers, it will put up the camera on whichever side you flip the blinker to. For the climate control, you have auto, but you also have 3 different speeds, which is really nice. And then down here, heated and cooled seats, heated steering wheel. The infotainment system is this one. This dial's a little bit hard to reach, but the rest of it is really easy to use. And you have the steering wheel controls that help you control these 2 knobs anyway. If we go to the home screen, I'm signed on as the guest right now. You can change that depending on what key you have or other features. And there's not a ton to this. It does have like this relaxing whatever that you can play. Whatever you want. Anyway, for me, I've never used it. I didn't even know what all the different ones were in there. It does have this. That's interesting. So just like on the Telluride, you can talk, and it uses the same speakers that you use for the wireless headset or talking on your Bluetooth through your phone, whatever. And it plays your voice through the rear speakers, so the rear seats can hear you much better. Interesting. Yeah, cool. All right, so back to the home screen. Down here, we do have wireless charging. Just push the, oh, it picks it up automatically. And 2 USBs for charging, and this one's for charging and sending information to the infotainment screen. You can manually shift this, and it does have paddle shifters as well. 5 different drive modes: snow, eco, comfort, sport, and smart. We will test all of those off-road along with the 4-wheel drive lock. Then you have the various options here. Heated steering wheel, this is the auto hold, so when you pull up to a stoplight, you can take your foot off the brake and it will keep the brake on until you push the gas. The auto stop start, the camera system, and you can change this however you want. I believe when you're in drive, it'll do front facing as well. And again, you can change that to whatever you need. All right, back to park. Parking sensors, parking brake. Did I already talk about downhill assist? Anyway, downhill assist right there. And they call it downhill brake control in this one. Center console with a banana and decent amount of space in there. 2 cup holders, an extra little cubby. This will close if you want a nice piano black finish. And it does, I talked about this while driving, but you do get 2 vents here. And same with this side. So these vents don't move up and down, just side to side. But this one is low, kind of points to your thighs and legs, whatever. This one's mid-range, and then you can set the other 2 to high, upper area. It does have a massive sunroof. And I haven't, let's see if I can do it. There we go. Open it up without having the glass open, but you can have, obviously, this front portion of glass open as well. No sunglass holder, which is fine, as most of the time they don't fit anyway, so I keep mine right here. Let's move into the second row. Okay, here in the second row, plenty of room. You have USBs on the seat sides, cup holder up here, another bottle holder down there, another pocket. It does have dual, so it's got the mesh and another pocket there. Vents here in the middle, and then a 12 volt and a USB down below. All right, this one is the 6-passenger seating, obviously, and it does have the child seat anchors here for the middle row, and you have an excellent view. Makes it feel much more open having this window right here, and even for the third row, as we'll see in just a minute, it makes it feel much more open for the third row. See if I can get these seats up from here. Okay, there's your third row. You can move these seats forward or just climb in and go through the middle. And the ceiling is a little bit low, but I fit back here. It's not super comfortable. You can see my feet are really close in, but I do fit. I am 5'10", so 3 of me can fit in here. And let's see if I set that forward a little bit. There you go. Just to show you here, I still have a decent amount of leg room in the second row, so I can fit in all 3 rows. Not super comfortable in the third row. The load floor is pretty high, or where your feet go. Right here, it's pretty high up, so the seat is low to the floor, I guess you would say, but still comfortable enough. Right there, USB on both sides, and then just a little pocket here and a bottle or a cup holder there. Getting into the third row without climbing over and through the middle, simply push this button and there you go. And then of course you can slide these forward with this bar here to set it so the rear third row person has enough leg room. Here on the back, the glass does not open separate from the hatch, so the hatch button's there in the middle. I was reaching too far in. It's out here on the edge. There we go. Behind the third row, there's very little cargo space, and to fold it, it's easy enough to do one-handed. This has Velcro on it, so you can pull it down and Velcro it there. And then if you want the second row folded, these do have the child seat anchors as well. If you want the second row folded, simply push these buttons. And the passenger seat's too far back, but there you go. So you can do that. 112 volt outlet back here. There is a little bit of storage under here. Most of it is for the jack on that one side, and this side's pretty open. And this comes out if you're, I don't know, if you don't want it. Also to lower and raise the spare right here. And the spare's underneath. And no funnel for this one, so I'll take a look. It must not have capless fuel fill. But there's your spare tire. And to close it right here, if you hit that one, it closes it and locks it. So there you go, regular fuel fill cap, not capless. Here is the Monroney. The exterior color is Aruba green, and interior says it's black, but it's got a lot of tan accents to it. 2.5 liter turbocharged, 311 foot-pounds of torque. It doesn't show the horsepower here, but I believe it's 270. 8-speed dual clutch auto. And the base price for this with all-wheel drive is $42,590. Ours has a few extra options on it. The X-Line Rust interior package for $200. That's what changes the color and adds this color as well. And then the carpeted floor mats and carpeted cargo mat. So very few options. This thing comes very well equipped, bringing the total to $44,285. I'm not getting anywhere near that kind of fuel mileage. I'm not sure. I haven't done a lot of idling yet till right now on the filming. I'm getting about 22 miles per gallon. And most of my driving, I would say, is highway as far as mileage goes. So, I mean, it's close, but I would expect a little bit more out of it. Maybe I'm just being more aggressive. But anyway, really well equipped. Everything, I mean, all the cameras, the all-wheel drive stuff, the safety features, adaptive cruise control, lane keep assist, all that stuff is standard on this trim level on the X-Line. So really cool. Okay, when you're cruising on the freeway, I do have the steering assist and the adaptive cruise control on, and I don't know if you can see the steering wheel, but it's kind of constantly making little adjustments. The whole time it's moving a little bit all the time, and it can make it a little bit motion sick, I guess. I get motion sick pretty easy, but I mean, this doesn't make me motion sick, but I can feel it. And it's enough that I think over a long period of time, it could maybe make me feel a little bit nauseous or whatever. Kind of weird. I mean, it does a really good job of staying right in the center of the lane, but it's just constantly making those little adjustments. So, and I've found with this one, I haven't had to intervene very often. I think only one time it lost the lanes over one of those bumps like that, but overall it does really well. It's pretty quiet in here, definitely. So the vehicle I had before this was the Ford Ranger, and it's definitely quite a bit quieter than the Ford Ranger was. And it does have all those controls on the steering wheel, and you can set a ton of memory or saved stations on the radio. But when you push down, the radio moves up. So I'll push down here, it goes up to 31, up to 34. And then when I push up, it goes down. So it's counterintuitive, and that's the same way, like I'm on 12 right now. If I hold it down and just want to go down to 11 or 10, it's still, you push up to go down and down to go up. So that's a little bit counterintuitive. Not sure why Kia has it that way. But it's very nice to drive, and it does have additional vents here. So if you remember in the old vehicles, it's hard to see, but there was a vent right here, and it would blow right into your legs. You could have it cool you or heat you in the winter, whatever, right there. And these vents kind of do the same thing, and there's one on each side. Same with the passenger they get these vents. You can't adjust them up and down, just side to side. It does have heated and cooled seats, and the heated steering wheel. It's very well appointed. It's very nice inside. The seats are nice. It just seems more of a premium vehicle. And as you guys probably already know, Kia's been doing pretty well with that, with the Telluride, and now with this Sorento X line. 0 to 60, 3, 2, 1, go. Serious turbo lag till about 3,000 RPM, and then it really takes off. Thank you for watching this review of the 2021 Kia Sorento X line. Really is a great driving vehicle. I quite enjoyed my time with it. Third row is usable, actually. I was surprised that I was able to fit in the third row. If you're any taller than me, it'll be definitely a little too tight maybe, but for 5'10" and under, definitely for teenagers and younger kids, you should be just fine. So good power, good driving characteristics. This is a great all-weather vehicle, and can do it a little bit of light off-roading. I wouldn't do too much with it, but it's fairly capable, and you'll see that in the next video. So thanks for watching. If you have any comments or questions, let me know down below. If you liked what you saw, give me a thumbs up and subscribe. If you didn't like it, and give me a thumbs down, be sure to comment and let me know why. Have a great day.